You're watching KPVI News Today. KPVI News Today. News that works for you.
Good morning, Eastern Idaho and Western Wyoming. Thank you for waking up with KPVI News Today. I'm Deanne Coffin.
And I'm meteorologist Eric Ash.
Coming up on Local News 8 in the morning, more details about the fatal shooting over the weekend. We now know the name of the victim. Plus, police in Fremont County are looking for your help to identify some burglary suspects. And a major step towards a 2020 rematch this fall as more states cast ballots for presidential nominees as Idaho is looking to once again change its process of voting. Local News 8 in the morning starts right now.
You're watching Local News 8 in the morning.
Good morning and happy Wednesday to you. We start with some video to make it feel more like spring. At least this is what it's going to be like at the nation's capital, the D.C. cherry blossoms.
Tonight at 6, a shooting investigation in Lemhi County. We spoke with family members about what led to a 13-year-old boy being shot in the hand.
Plus a person dead and another injured in a possible home invasion here in Bingham County. I'm live from the scene and we'll have more coming up.
And gunfire in Chubbuck in the late night hours. What we know about the two injuries as the investigation continues.
Now, Local News 8 at 6.
We begin tonight with a developing story.
This is CBS 2 News at 4:30.
And right now at 4:30, an attempted robbery leads to a shooting in North Lawndale, landing a teenage suspect and 2 men in the hospital. And experts from the CDC will be in town today investigating a measles outbreak at a migrant shelter in Pilsen where there are now 4 confirmed cases. And a live look outside right now on our Tuesday. Sunrise still a few hours away, but once the sun comes up, brace yourself for more wind and also more spring-like temperatures for another day. That's a big treat. Good morning to you. It's Tuesday, March 12th. I'm Audrina Sinclair.
We begin tonight with breaking news. Deadly storms hitting central Indiana. Indiana State Police tonight confirming 3 people are dead in Winchester. This is in Randolph County, about 23 miles east of Muncie. The video you're looking at is of a suspected tornado there. And I want you to take a look at another suspected tornado. This is in nearby Selma, which is in Delaware County. You can see widespread damage tonight. So far, only minor injuries in Delaware County. We've got live team coverage of this severe weather that has hit the Hoosier State. Chase Howell is in Selma tonight. We've got Logan Gay in Winchester. We're going to hear from both of them in a moment. Want to thank you for inviting us in. It's 11 o'clock and we begin tonight with Angela, who's been tracking these storms all night. Do we have any warnings right now?
No.
WRTV News at 11 is sponsored by BackToCaring.org. From Indy's streaming news leader, this is breaking news from WRTV.
Now at 11, damage left behind after a possible tornado's touched down in the eastern part of the state. This is video here from Winchester in Randolph County, where you can see the likely tornado in this video here and all that lightning here in this area. We do know at this hour at least 3 people in Winchester have died, according to state police, but we are expecting that number could change. Many of the buildings have been damaged as well. We are live tonight in Winchester, taking you here to East Greenville Pike in the Winchester area, where you can see a Goodwill store very severely damaged there. Our photographer zooming in here. We've also learned that a Taco Bell in the area is damaged as well.
Now, from your local news leader, this is 21 Alive News.
And when we got the alerts and things, we quickly got to our vehicle and tried to get home before the storm came here.
Oh, there's a car.
It's a terrible, terrible event tonight.
There's houses that are leveled, Taco Bell leveled.
And people are ready to just rush right in and help.
I'd never heard that sound before. Don't want to hear it again.
Widespread damage is being reported in the Indiana towns of Winchester and Selma today. After storms rolled through last night, dozens of people got hurt and many buildings were destroyed. Welcome to 21 Alive News at 4. I'm Heather Herron.
And I'm Linda Jackson. Thank you so much for being with us for your only local newscast at this hour. We want to get to your top 4 headlines at 4. Of course, the latest on the storm damage in a moment. Let's begin right now with your first alert weather coverage.
Now at 4, 10 TV is across central Ohio tracking the damage done by last night's deadly storms. Homes, businesses, and more destroyed in the aftermath. Our crews are out with a look at the devastation.
I'm Angela Ann, live on East Harrison Street in Lakeview.
I'm Lacey Crisp in Lakeview.
I'm Doug Petcash inside the Indian Lake High School gym that is filling up with all of these donations for the people affected by the severe storms. It's also where Governor DeWine talked to us after touring the damage.
I'm Doppler 10 Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz. We're here at Indian Lake, specifically on Orchard Island. And behind us, the devastation nearly complete from the severe weather that rolled through on Thursday night. A special edition of 10 TV News at 4 starts right now.
And now at 4, stunning damage across central Ohio following last night's suspected tornadoes. The National Weather Service confirmed an EF tornado touchdown in Logan County and an EF1 tornado touchdown in Licking County, and has crews on the ground looking at all the damage right now. Now in Logan County, officials there confirm at least 3 people are dead and 25 others hurt after last night's storm.
It's wiped out in an instant.
Immediately, you need to be in your tornado-safe space.
We kept you ahead of the danger. Now we are seeing the scope of the destruction.
Look what Thursday's violent storms did to this place.
Across the street, over in the trees, there's scrap metal just tangled up in the branches.
Right now, search and recovery is underway. We are taking you inside the hardest hit areas and looking at the long recovery ahead with Storm Center 7 team coverage.
I can't remember.
We want to give you a live look from Logan County. An EF3 tornado there destroyed homes, damaged buildings, and toppled trees. It will take months, even years, to rebuild here. Good afternoon. I'm Cheryl McHenry.
And I'm Gabrielle Enright. James Brown is off. Let's take you through the latest with these storms.
This is WLWT News 5, leading the way with breaking news.
And that breaking news, at least 3 people are dead in Logan County, Ohio, after deadly tornadoes ripped through the area last night. Thanks for joining us at 5:30. I'm Ashley Kirkland.
And I'm Mike Dardis. The bulk of the destruction in and around the Indian Lake area, about 80 miles north of here. New video into our newsroom tonight showing one of the tornadoes that might have hit the Indian Lake area in Logan County. So there was a huge funnel cloud right here, picking up debris as it was moving fast across the area. The man who took the video says that the wind damaged his farm equipment, ripping his 60-foot-long garage door right off of the building. This video taken in Freiburg, Ohio, which is about 10 miles to the west of Lakeview.
And assessing the damage, beginning the cleanup after the worst March in decades. Team coverage is next.
The executive assistant to a Lucas County commissioner is now on administrative leave. We're looking for answers as to why.
Campaign ads flood the airwaves across Ohio in state house primaries. Why it matters. House Republicans trying to fend off challengers.
Live from Toledo, this is 13 Action News.
And as we come on the air at 6, we continue with team coverage after tornadoes ripped through the region less than 24 hours ago.
First, fair, everywhere. 19 News starts now.
Deadly tornado. A community facing unthinkable loss and widespread devastation.
When we came up, I mean, this is what we came to.
But now, neighbors pulling together.
Despite this tragedy, the human spirit is triumphing around this community.
It's overwhelming, and it gets to your heart. People are good.
19 News team coverage starts right now.
Well, this damage you see right here is just gut-wrenching to see. Families hurting, mourning their loved ones, and also starting the painstaking process of digging through the debris.
Coming up on 21 News at 5, deadly storms ripped through parts of Ohio and Indiana, with an EF2 tornado killing people in its path. We're going to get an update on the ground here in western Ohio on how damaging the storms were as a major cleanup there begins.
Still on the case, Georgia District Attorney Fani Willis will stay put on the election interference case against Trump. Republicans hammering the judge for what they're calling political and lawfare. We're going to tell you what is next, as this case could still face some delays. The St. Patrick's Day festivities are already getting started this weekend. We're going to take you live to Penguin City Brewery in downtown Youngstown for a look at the party plans, if you're lucky enough to celebrate in the days ahead. And laws criminalizing the spread of HIV are still in effect in Ohio, but are they outdated? We're going to talk with the editor of the Buckeye Flame on the calls for some change. Your 5 p.m. news starts right now.
Locally owned, locally connected. This is 21 News, 5 p.m.
Thank you for joining us here at 5. I'm Lindsay McCoy. We are ending the week with developing news in Ohio on the deadly storms that passed through last night. A storm spawning a tornado that killed at least 3 people in western Ohio. Teams are still working to pick up the pieces in a frantic search for possibly more victims there.
Coverage you can count on. This is the Wabash Valley's most watched newscast with Madison Zaleski, Storm Team 10's Aaron Peters, and Marty Ledbetter's Sports. This is News 10 Night Watch.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Madison Zaleski.
Now on News 11's Night Side, a man fatally shot in his own home in El Centro. What we know about the shooting and if any suspects have been arrested. Plus, Yuma police responded to a motorcycle crash involving 2 riders, leaving 1 dead. We tell you where it happened. And dozens of teachers, students, and families gathered at Gadsden Elementary School to remember their late music teacher. News 11's Night Side starts right now.
Live from Studio A in Yuma, Arizona, broadcasting across Calexico, throughout Imperial Valley, Yuma, and streaming live on KYMA.com. You're watching Nightside.
Hi, thank you for tuning in with us. I'm Miriam Ordóñez, covering for Scott Gross, who is on assignment.
WHAS 11, weather first.
Good evening, I'm meteorologist Colleen Peterson. After a lot of weather yesterday, we have a very nice forecast all weekend long, staying nice and dry. Right now we're at 49 degrees, not too cold tonight. I think 5. WHAS 11 night team starts now.
The WHAS 11 night team is always new at 11. Shelter for families after the tornado.
There's been people show up that don't even live around here.
The small town of Milton, Kentucky responds, helping families blown out of their homes by severe storms and a tornado. The night team is back in Trimble County. Also new at 11, they got her.
And it finally happened. Now he can rest.
The mother of the little boy found dead in a suitcase in southern Indiana is caught. We're back in Washington County, where his memorial, created by the town residents, has never been forgotten. And then
we've got the best athletes in the country. They're strong, they have great vertical, and they attack that rim.
Our sports team is in Nashville tonight, covering the Kentucky Wildcats in the SEC tournament. The WHAS 11 night team starts right now.
And happening right now on the WHAS 11 night team, you are looking live right now at the Sherman Minton Bridge. This is the I-64 westbound upper deck lanes closed tonight.
Count on LEX 18 News.
Good evening, I'm Larry Smith. Here's what's coming up tonight at 11. Kentucky is out of the SEC tournament after falling to Texas A&M tonight. We break down just what went wrong for the Wildcats in Nashville. Plus, strong storms ripped through the Midwest this week. We're showing you the damage that was left behind. And Kentucky lawmakers are bringing the issue of school choice to the people of the Commonwealth. What you need to know about the measure hitting the ballot this November. LEX 18 News at 11 starts now. It's a busy night in downtown Lexington. High school basketball, crowds gathering to watch UK in the SEC tournament.